That is accused mass murderer Darrell Brooks sobbing in court as he gave his opening statement in a trial where he is representing himself. Brooks is accused of mowing down 6 and injuring over 60 others. Apparent tears for the jury were in stark contrast to the combative demeanor he's reserved for the judge and the prosecution outside the presence of the jury, including today as the state rested its case.
I don't like your tone and the way you're talking to me. I don't. I don't appreciate it.
Sit down. I don't care if you don't like my tone. You've been pushing my buttons all day throughout this entire trial, and I have showed the utmost of respect for you, and I don't appreciate you impugning the integrity of this court.
If that's what you want to call it, that's fine, but it's not accurate.
Stop talking.
What you mean, stop talking?
I need to make a ruling. Okay, I'm purposely not putting you in the other courtroom
now. Let's talk to each other like adults, then. Because I've never told you to stop talking.
You're not the judge. Remember, this attitude is coming from a guy where there is enormous evidence against him. He's accused of driving an SUV into the Waukesha, Wisconsin Christmas parade in November. Police say Brooks broke through barricades and intentionally drove his SUV through the annual event. 3 of the 6 people killed were members of Milwaukee Dancing Grannies, the local dance troupe made up of grandmothers. All the victims ranged in age from 8 to 81. Brooks faces 76 criminal charges, including 6 counts of first-degree murder. One of his many defenses that he is a sovereign citizen, not under the jurisdiction of the government, and therefore the law doesn't apply to him. As part of that argument, he repeatedly objects to being called his own name in court.
Objection, I do not consent to being called that name, nor do I know any individual by that name, Your Honor.
By the way, that is the name he gave when he was arrested. He's made a mockery of the trial, explosive outbursts, daily sparring sessions with the judge, nonsensical questioning of witnesses, and the moment where he took off, of course, his shirt in court. At one point, he was tossed from the courtroom for his behavior.
Mr. Brooks, I'm advising you that continued interruptions will result in you forfeiting your right to be present in this courtroom.
Under what law and fact can you do that?
Illinois versus Allen.
Okay, but the fourth option that you made up, that's not even in the law?
Mr.
Because
Brooks,
you can't do that.
I need to make a
By law,
ruling.
you can't do that.
I need to make
And you
a
know
finding.
you can't.
All right, I'm going to excuse everyone. Mr. Brooks is being removed from the courtroom.
But then she let him back in, and his antics continued today.
Next question, sir.
Is it asking? We're telling.
Do you have a question, sir?
Yeah, I do. I would like to get to it. Thank you.
Please do so. Thank you.
I will.
Brooks seemed to try to explain away his courtroom behavior during that tear-filled opening statement to the jury that came after the prosecution rested its case.
I know a lot of the time I've been before you see me with this mask on. Yeah, I've had my reasons for that. But I feel now is the time that it's important that you see me for who I am.
Got so bad the judge had to call a recess because Brooks couldn't stop sobbing at the defense table as he wrapped up. Now, here's the more important issue. I can't even imagine how the victims' families are dealing. And I have to say, I remain concerned that the judge continues to be too lenient with this presumptuous, egotistical, self-important jerk, who, by the way, is also likely a mass murderer. Joining me now, again, is Jesse Weber, attorney and host for the Law and Crime Network, which has been airing the entire trial and which I founded. All right, so Jesse, you were on the show before. We talked about what to expect from opening statements. You know, he was a mess.
I did not predict that. I have to tell you, I thought he was going to come out and be very combative, present some idea of what a defense was. I didn't expect him to break down, and I love that he took the mask off because he says there were reasons. I thought it was COVID.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It was just another way for him to shield what was happening here. In that whole defense, he never said he didn't do it. He never said what his defense is going to be. He never said the prosecution's not going to be able to present any of their case.
So what did he say? He just cried?
He basically said, and this is the best way, this wasn't intentional, this wasn't planned. And
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.